When Wakanda sealed away the cosmic armor, only one man knew why: Black Panther. He buried it beneath vibranium tombs, guarded by time itself. But Deadpool doesn't care about rules. He only cares about chaos. And he found the damn key. Now, Iron Man's tech is irrelevant. Doctor Strange saw it in a dream and screamed. The Avengers assemble, but Deadpool's already wearing the suit. And Black Panther's final warning? You either stop him or he saves the universe by ending it. The room was silent, deep beneath Mount Bashenga, where only 4 people in all of Wakanda had ever stood. Black Panther stood alone now. He placed his palm against a slab of pure vibranium etched with ancient glyphs and newer, secret ones layered by Shuri herself. The lock recognized both his DNA and his spiritual intent. It hissed open with the breath of a buried god. The chamber beyond was spherical, glowing with a bluish pulse. Floating at its center was a single suit, not Wakandan, not alien, but something in between. It was the cosmic armor, forged in the final days of the First Realm War, when celestial beings fought across galaxies. The armor absorbed universes. It shifted time, and when worn by the wrong being, it erased stars by accident. That had happened once. Black Panther closed his eyes. Not again. He tapped a code into his Kimoyo bead. Shuri. It's locked again. And hidden. If anyone finds this. I know, came her voice. Quiet. Tense. Even Thor couldn't break through that vault without your blood and heart aligned. Good. He paused. We never speak of this again. He turned, knowing no enemy would ever reach it. Except Deadpool was already halfway to Wakanda. 6 days earlier. Planet Morlock, 3. A casino asteroid for bounty hunters, lunatics, and exiled mutants. Deadpool sat at a poker table wearing a sombrero and chewing a chimichanga soaked in alien cheese. Across the table was a Skrull assassin, a mutant librarian with psychic glasses, and one very angry rocket raccoon. I raise, said Deadpool, throwing down a key-shaped vibranium shard. Everyone froze. Rocket's eyes narrowed. Where the hell'd you get that? Deadpool grinned under his mask. Won it. Off a drunk space goat named Barry. The mutant librarian's glasses blinked red. That's not a game token. That's a Wakandan frequency key. Only Black Panther carries those. Oh, Deadpool said, doing jazz hands. Mystery. The Skrull stood up. You have 5 seconds to put it back on the table. Or what? Deadpool blinked. You'll tell T'Challa? The table exploded. Literally. And Deadpool survived, because Deadpool always survived. As pieces of the casino floated into space, Deadpool drifted in zero gravity, whistling the Wakanda Forever theme, holding the glowing key in one hand and his shredded chimichanga in the other. He pulled a teleport disc from his belt. All right, let's break into the world's most secure tomb and see what the fuss is about. He pressed the button. Back on Earth. T'Challa was in the vibranium archives with Shuri, speaking to Okoye when a siren started shrieking in a pitch reserved only for cosmic-scale threats. Shuri pulled up the hologram. Unauthorized teleport detected within Vault Theta X, she said. Coordinates inside the cosmic chamber. T'Challa stared at her. That's impossible. Apparently not. They sprinted. Deadpool stood in the middle of the glowing chamber, arms wide, soaking in the energy. Wow, this place is like if Asgard and Tron had a baby at Coachella. He walked up to the cosmic armor. It floated, humming softly. He touched it. Instantly, the room trembled. His mask flared as ancient glyphs scanned him, rejected him, then paused and reconsidered. Because Deadpool was chaos. Pure, unstable, illogical chaos. The suit like that. It opened. Oh my God, Deadpool screamed. Is this like Iron Man armor, but made by space gods on mushrooms? The armor wrapped around him, piece by piece. Not heavy. Not metal. It felt like skin. Time bled backward for a second. His scars healed. His mind stuttered, then stretched. He saw galaxies. He saw himself as a concept. He laughed so hard the mountain shook. Then Black Panther arrived. Step away from the suit, T'Challa commanded, his voice layered with ancestral force. Deadpool turned, glowing. The armor was radiant on him. like it had been waiting for someone too stupid to fear it. "Hey, kitty cat. I borrowed your toy." "That's not a toy. That suit destroyed Nebula 9 with a heartbeat. You are not worthy." "Define worthy," Deadpool said, then turned sideways. "Wait, let me guess. Noble of heart, pure of purpose, righteous warrior, yada yada." Shuri's voice crackled through the chamber. "Chala. The armor's rewriting itself to his neural chaos map. We can't shut it off." Chala's claws extended. Deadpool's eyes pulsed golden. "Oh, you're gonna try and punch me, aren't you?" Deadpool grinned. "Let's make it cinematic." Outside, the mountain collapsed. The vibranium shielding detonated outward as light poured into the sky. Wakandan defenses went live. Satellites blacked out. The Avengers got 10 different pings at once. Doctor Strange opened his third eye for meditation, screamed, and vanished into a portal without speaking a word. Thor felt the storm stop mid-swing, and Iron Man, across the globe, turned to Riri Williams. "Whatever just happened," he said, "that wasn't us. That was bigger." Back in the ruins of Vault Theta X, Black Panther stood bloodied, his claws cracked. Deadpool hovered above the crater, glowing, floating, laughing. "I feel like I just swallowed a star," he said. "Is this what Thanos felt like? Because I totally get it now." Chala pulled himself up. "You have no idea what you've done." Deadpool's smile faltered just a little. "Then tell me, Panther King, what does this armor actually unlock?" Wakanda was burning, not in fire, but in light. Golden flares spiraled from Mount Pashenga, splitting clouds apart and short-circuiting satellites in low orbit. Vibranium veins across the capital glowed like magma under Deadpool's unstable cosmic influence. And in the middle of it all, Deadpool danced. Hovering midair in the cosmic armor, he flung his arms wide. "Wakanda forever, baby." Or for like 10 more minutes tops. Below him, Dora Milaje squads couldn't get within 50 feet. Energy shields collapsed. Plasma spears melted before they launched. Shuri's voice boomed from the comms tower. "Target is radiating multiversal entropy. He's tearing space just by existing. He doesn't even know it." Chala, bruised and bleeding, turned to her. "We can't contain him. Call the Avengers." "No," said Okoye, gripping her halberd. "We don't need the Avengers. We need someone Deadpool actually fears." Shuri raised an eyebrow. "Who the hell would that be?" Meanwhile, at the Avengers compound, Iron Man hovered in place, silent, watching the footage. Deadpool in the cosmic armor, hovering like a god, smiling like a demon, cracking jokes while time itself twisted behind him. "He's vibrating across dimensions," said Riri Williams. "That's not speed. That's destiny drift. He's becoming untethered from our timeline." Tony shook his head. "No, not becoming. He already is." Thor slammed down his goblet. "Then we fly to Wakanda. Smash him, talk later." "Thor, you idiot," Banner snapped. "You smash that armor. You might trigger a universe loop. That thing absorbs force and replays it through time. You hit him hard enough. We all wake up in diapers in the prehistoric era." "Then what's the plan?" asked Sam Wilson. Tony turned. "Simple. We call the only person Deadpool has ever run from." Riri blinked. "You mean?" "Yeah," Tony said grimly. "We call her. Location: undisclosed mutant prison, Canada. A cell deep beneath 10 feet of adamantium, plating opened with a slow hiss. Inside sat Domino. She didn't blink. She'd already seen this moment coming. "You're here about Wade," she said. Iron Man stepped into the chamber, followed by Strange's astral form, floating silently. "He found the armor," Tony said. "He activated it. Wakanda's bleeding into alternate timelines. We tried touching him. Hulk passed out." Domino stood slowly. Her black eye tattoo flickered. "You want me to kill him?" "No," said Strange. "We want you to remind him." Back in Wakanda, Deadpool sat cross-legged midair, drawing a chimichanga with glowing finger lines across the sky. "Look at this," he whispered to no one. "The stars are listening." Chala stood below, watching, powerless. "You're not even trying to hurt us anymore," he said. "I don't need to," Deadpool replied. "I see everything now. I understand why Thanos smiled." Chala frowned. You're becoming something worse than a villain. Deadpool turned, eyes gleaming. I'm becoming inevitable. That's when the sky cracked open. Like paper. Like glass. Like fate itself was being peeled back. And from that tear in the cosmos, Domino stepped out. Deadpool froze. Oh, no. No, 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 no. She didn't say a word. She just stepped onto thin air and walked toward him. Deadpool backed up, floating. You're not real. You're a psychic projection. Or a guilt dream. Or a... She slapped him. Reality screamed. The armor glitched. The golden plates flickered, pulsing red. You're not supposed to be able to touch me, Deadpool hissed. Domino leaned in, voice low. I'm not bound by logic, Wade. I'm bound by luck. And right now, your luck's run out. In the Wakandan control room, Shuri screamed. She made contact. The armor's destabilizing. Chalia's eyes widened. It recognizes her as part of the original failsafe. How? She's not Wakandan. No, said Chala. But she's chaos-aligned and emotionally entangled. Back in the sky, Deadpool dropped to one knee. Domino walked around him. You remember Project Echo Shift, she said. That mutant weapon vault we raided in Tokyo? You said if I ever caught you going God mode, I had one job. Yeah, he coughed. Shoot me in the ass with a time-freezing bullet. Domino raised a glowing pistol. He stared at her. You brought the bullet? She clicked the chamber. I brought two. The first shot didn't hit his body. It hit the armor's soul. Time fractured. The second hit Deadpool square in the spine. He collapsed like a broken metronome. His body frozen. But his mind kept running. Running straight back into memory. He saw her. Domino. Back when they were nothing. Just mercs with scars and laughter and near deaths. He remembered the firelight. The shared silences. The mission that went wrong. The blood on her hands. And the promise he made her. If I ever forget who I am, you remind me with a bullet. Deadpool's mind snapped back. He gasped. The armor pulsed, golden, red, flickering. Domino stood over him. You done? He looked up. For the first time in hours, the grin was gone. Yeah, he whispered. I'm done. Shuri's monitors began calming. Wakanda stopped glowing. Storm clouds returned. Vibranium veins cooled. Tony's voice crackled through Wakandan comms. Telemetry reads stable. Domino, you did it. The armor's neutralizing. Strange appeared beside her. Not neutral, he said quietly. It's transferring. What? The armor's not shutting down. It's choosing. They all turned to look at Domino. The cosmic armor floated upward, slowly encasing her piece by piece. Deadpool's eyes widened. Wait, it likes you now. Domino didn't move. She just exhaled and became brighter than the sun. The light from Domino's body was blinding. But it wasn't violent. It was calm. Absolute. Like the universe took one deep breath and decided not to explode. Just yet. The cosmic armor had chosen her now. And fate itself was shifting. Deadpool lay on the crater floor, staring up at the impossible. Okay, this is new, he whispered. Domino just went full space goddess, and somehow still looks hotter than me. Chala climbed beside him, bruised but steady. She didn't take the armor. The armor submitted. Deadpool nodded. Yeah, classic. Happens all the time with my exes. But something was wrong. Domino wasn't moving. She just floated, arms open, eyes glowing with billions of futures behind them. 1 second, her body flickered into smoke. The next, it became solid metal. Then stars. Then nothing. Shuri. Chala called into the comms. Status. Her voice came back, panicked. She's rewriting local probability fields. All timelines are syncing to her choices. She's not just wearing the armor. She is the new anchor point of this reality. Deadpool blinked. I dated the multiverse, he said. No big deal. Then Domino spoke. But not with words. Everyone within 300 miles heard the same phrase inside their skulls, whispered like a memory. The game has changed. Somewhere in the mirror dimension, Dr. Strange staggered back, clutching his head. She's cracked the veil, he muttered. Domino isn't operating on luck anymore. She's operating on certainty. Wong stepped forward. What does that mean? It means Strange looked terrified. She can choose the outcome of anything. Wong frowned. Isn't that good? Strange didn't blink. It's only good if she wants us to survive. Back in Wakanda, Domino finally landed. The cosmic armor melted down into her skin, no longer visible, but felt. The ground under her feet stopped vibrating. The sky stabilized. Everyone stood still. Deadpool slowly got up, brushing dirt off his burnt costume. So, Domino, he said carefully, are we cool now, or am I still on the snap like a twig menu? She turned to him. Her eyes were galaxies now. I saw your death, she said calmly. Deadpool laughed nervously. Yeah, that's not new. I die all the time. But this one, she whispered, is permanent. That shut him up. Hours later, in a secret chamber deep below Wakanda, the Avengers assembled, plus Shuri, Okoye, T'Challa, and Domino at the head. A hologram of Earth spun mid-air, glitches fluttering along its edges. Riri explained, Domino's new connection to the armor has stabilized the planet, but only temporarily. She's now receiving pre-mirrored probabilities from all known universes. Tony translated. That means she's being warned before events even try to happen. Sam whistled. That's power on another level. Bruce tapped the table. But that doesn't explain why she said Deadpool's death is final. What does she see? Domino stepped forward. I don't see one future. I see all futures. She locked eyes with Deadpool. In 990 out of 991 timelines, Wade is the only constant variable. T'Challa folded his arms. Explain. Domino raised her hand, and suddenly, the hologram changed. It showed a moment in time, 2 weeks from now. Deadpool, standing at the edge of a black hole covered in blood. Behind him, a horde of multiversal echoes, zombie variants of Thor, corrupted Wolverines, twisted Captain Marvels, all tearing through reality. Domino's voice dropped. In every future where Deadpool lives, the multiversal infection wins. In every timeline where he dies, it ends. Silence. Tony whispered, You're saying he's the carrier? Deadpool stared at the image of himself. Wait, is that my third arm? Bruce analyzed it fast. His interaction with the cosmic armor triggered a dormant quantum virus, buried in the suit's substructure, meant to infect any unworthy host and multiply through chaos DNA. Shuri added, and there's no one more chaotic than Wade. Deadpool stood still, unusually still. So let me get this straight, he said slowly. I steal a god suit, accidentally trigger a doomsday virus, and now the only way to fix it is to kill me. Domino nodded once. Deadpool looked around the room. At everyone. No one met his eyes. You guys suck. Suddenly, the lights exploded. An energy pulse burst through the room. They turned and saw the multiverse tear open again. But this time, something stepped through. Not a hero. Not a villain. Something ancient. It wore no armor. No name. Just existence itself. Deadpool's voice cracked. That's me. But older. Scarred. Rotting. Twisted. Domino gasped. That's a future echo. A Deadpool infected beyond recovery. The echo smiled with black teeth. Hello me, it rasped. I came to make sure you don't ruin this again. It moved impossibly fast. Thor struck with lightning. It absorbed it. Iron Man fired quantum cannons. They passed through. Doctor Strange summoned chains of containment. They shattered. Domino activated the armor inside her, but it froze. She looked down in horror. It's reacting to him. Deadpool took a step forward. I get it now. I'm the match and the flame. The echo charged. Deadpool didn't run. He whispered, Guess there's only one thing left to do. He pulled a blade. One made of vibranium, laced with time-frozen adamantium. A gift from Shuri. A last resort. He looked at Domino. No reset button this time? She shook her head. Eyes wet. No. He smiled. Tell the Chimichangas. I love them. And he ran toward his future self. Blade raised. The two Deadpools clashed at the center of Wakanda's sky. The infected future Echo versus the Real Wade Wilson. Time cracked. Reality stuttered. The Echo's blade dripped black entropy. each strike carving through air like it hated existence itself. But the real Deadpool? He fought like a man who knew he wasn't coming back. And maybe didn't want to. Below, the Avengers watched helplessly as ripples of cosmic radiation blasted outward with each hit. The sky turned red, then purple, then peeled back into exposed timelines like layers of skin. Shuri screamed into the comms. "Wait, can't hold. The virus is multiplying with every second he breathes." Bruce smashed the console. "We're watching the multiverse collapse in real time." T'Challa didn't flinch. Focus on containment. He knew this was the only way. Above, Deadpool ducked under a warped punch and slid across fragmented light. "You're stronger," he panted, "but I got something you don't." The Echo sneered, voice like gravel soaked in blood. "What?" Deadpool flipped the blade. "Regret." And with one perfect motion, chaotic, clumsy, true, he drove the vibranium adamantium dagger through the infected version's heart. The Echo screamed. Black light burst out in all directions. Domino fell to her knees, blood dripping from her nose. The timeline's resetting. He's collapsing the infection vector. Tony shouted, "Brace for split. Reality's going to divide." And then it happened. Wakanda split. A shock wave tore across the continent, separating not land, but two versions of the city, side by side. Wakanda Prime, where Deadpool died, the infection ended, and the world was spared. Wakanda Echo, a fractured duplicate, where the infected Deadpool still exists, buried beneath the armor's leftover consciousness. The two versions vibrated like overlapping radio signals. Only Domino stood on both, glowing, the armor anchoring her to both timelines at once. Strange stumbled back. This isn't just a fracture. This is a multiversal scar. In Wakanda Prime, Deadpool's body lay still, silent. Smoke curled from his chest. No healing. No jokes. Just stillness. Domino approached, kneeling beside him. The armor inside her flickered. She placed her hand over his. Tears slipped down her cheek. "He did it," she whispered. "He actually did it." Behind her, T'Challa stepped forward. "Then the infection is over?" "No," Domino said. "It's just trapped. For now." She looked toward the second Wakanda, shimmering beside theirs like a ghost. "We didn't end it. We split it." In Wakanda Echo, under flickering red skies, a heartbeat returned. Thump. A cracked hand rose from rubble. Black veins twisted across scorched skin. Eyes opened, hollow, burning. Infected Deadpool wasn't gone. He had only begun to evolve. Wakanda Prime was silent. The sky was blue again. Domino stood at the edge of the dimensional rift, staring into the shimmering outline of Wakanda Echo, the twisted copy. A timeline born from Deadpool's death and from his infection. But now the barrier was cracking. Her eyes glowed faintly as the cosmic armor inside her pulsed with warning. He was coming back. Inside Wakanda Echo, the infected Deadpool, now no longer human, no longer anything, rose from the wreckage with a new form. Black veins of collapsing timelines twisted through his flesh. His mask was gone, replaced by a hollow grin formed from fractured space itself. He wasn't just infected. He was the infection now. A virus shaped like a man. And he remembered everything. "I died once," he said aloud, his voice vibrating across dimensions. "Never again." He opened his arms and punched a hole in the multiverse. The impact hit Wakanda Prime like thunder. Domino staggered. T'Challa ran toward her. The barrier's failing. He's breaking through. Domino clenched her fists. "If he crosses, this timeline dies." Shuri's voice screamed through the comms. "Domino, listen. The armor's rewriting your probability fields. You have one choice left, one you haven't made yet." "What is it?" Domino asked. Shuri hesitated. "Break the anchor. Break yourself." Domino understood instantly. The cosmic armor had fused with her. She was the bridge between timelines. And to collapse the infection, she'd have to destroy both versions of herself across the timelines, simultaneously. T'Challa stepped forward. "No. There must be another way." Domino shook her head. Calm. Resigned. "There isn't." Behind her, the sky tore open, Infected Deadpool stepped through, glowing with corrupted starfire. "You're not killing me again," he said. Domino smiled faintly. "No, wait. This time, I'm going with you." She raised her hand. The cosmic armor ignited around her. Full force, no filter. Domino became light itself. She split herself across all realities. And in one final move, she snapped her fingers. The explosion wasn't loud. It was beautiful. The multiverse paused, every timeline stilled, like a breath held by creation. And then, Echo Wakanda vanished. So did the infection. So did infected Deadpool. And Domino. Gone. 1 week later, Wakanda Prime was stable. The skies were clear. Deadpool's grave was marked with a scratched-in smiley face and a taco drawing. The Avengers stood quietly. Tony finally broke the silence. "She chose it," he said. "She rewrote the story her way." Chala nodded. "She didn't kill the multiverse. She healed it by choosing the impossible." Suddenly, a golden spark shimmered above Deadpool's grave. Then another. Then a figure stepped through. Half shadow, half light. It was Domino. Alive. Changed. Not armor. Not human. A guardian now. She looked at them and smiled. "Someone's got to keep the door shut." End white heavy checkmark.